City Playhouse's upcoming production premieres in just 2 days. It's called The Glass Menagerie, and it features a few talented people from right here in the Piedmont Triad.
Yeah, so let's welcome them in. We have two of those talented people with us now. Good morning to Haley Motzinger and Elise Rodriguez.
Hi.
Good morning. So you all play Laura and Tom in the show, and we're told that this is a memory play. Can you explain what that term means?
Okay, the term memory play sounds exactly as it means. So it's taking place in somebody's memory. Tom is the main character of the show, and this is him looking back on a particular time in his life. The cool thing about a memory play is that it's up to the audience to think, whether or not he's a reliable narrator, because there are certain scenes that happen that Tom is not a part of. So it's like, is he telling the truth, or did he just fill in the gaps? Did he ask someone about it afterwards? So a memory play is kind of just putting the pieces together.
That's really interesting. I have not seen this production before. Jackie has seen
Many
it a
years
long,
ago,
long time ago, so she was kind of filling me in about this. But without giving away too much, could you share what Glass Menagerie is about and its history?
Sure. The Glass Menagerie follows the Wingfield family, the mother Amanda and her 2 adult children, Tom and Laura. Laura has struggled with health and crippling shyness her entire life, so it really becomes Tom's responsibility to provide for the family. But he's a young man with dreams, but his whole life becomes about caring for them. It's the 1930s, so he's really their only hope. It's hard for him. He wants to live a full life.
Haley, talk us through more about your role. You were saying they struggle with being shy. How did you prepare for something like that? And also because this takes place several decades ago before you were born, so how did you prepare for that as well?
Yeah, well, we looked a lot into Tennessee Williams, the playwright himself, and we learned a lot about him and his family because this play is so autobiographical. So I found out that, he did have a sister who struggled with mental health. Her name was Rose, and, I really tried to learn as much about the truth behind the story. It helped. We have a great director, Laura Ianni, who, is always asking questions, kind of pushing us to dig deeper into the text, and that's helped me a ton.
That's great. Elise, Haley was just talking about the director, but I want to ask you about the cast. How has it been working with the entire cast?
It has been wonderful. I remember auditions getting to read with both Haley and Karen, who plays Amanda, and I was keeping my fingers crossed that this would be our trio because they were 2 people that I just really wanted to play with. It was any direction that Laura gave us, they were just like, okay, even if it seemed out of left field, it was clear that it was 2 other people that just wanted to play. JP joined us a little later, and then as soon as he joined us that first rehearsal, he's like, whoa, that was fun. It's just full of people that want to play around with the text and see what's in there.
Okay.
As a former theater person, I totally understand that moment of going through a cold reading and you're like, no, this is going to work. This is really, really fun. And this is a very small cast also. Can you talk more about how that dynamic plays between just, the 4 of you?
I think it makes us really close because there's one thing that Laura does to check us in and to check us out of every rehearsal. When we check in, we're just saying how we feel that day. And at the end of every rehearsal, we reinforce something that we liked from that day. And checking in and checking out with just such a small, finite group of people, it makes you close and it bonds you in a way that you don't realize until you're halfway through the process and you just feel like these people are extended family, which works for this show because we are a family.
Right, yeah.
Really helps with the chemistry, I'm sure. Haley, speaking as a parent and speaking for parents who might be watching the show, can you talk about whether or not the production is family friendly?
I would definitely say it's family friendly. The big themes that it's covering is just, about self and responsibility, family and love. So I think a lot of people could relate to this show. I think it's appropriate for all ages. I would encourage anybody to come out and enjoy the show.
And Haley, you just kind of touched on this, but Elise, really quickly, what's one thing you hope that audiences take away from the production?
I hope they take away the fact that, yes, family is the backbone of a lot of decisions that are made, but I think everybody relates to this internal struggle of, I want to live my own life. How do I get to make that choice? I want people to just come out questioning like what it is to live their own life, but make other people happy too. It's a delicate balance that everybody can relate to.
Definitely. Elise,
Cool.
Haley, thank you so much. So The Glass Menagerie, everyone at home, if you're interested, that debuts this Thursday, March 7th at Camel City Playhouse. That is on West 7th Street here in Winston-Salem. To see that show, times, dates, and to purchase your tickets, head to camelcityplayhouse.com. Thank you both.
Thank you. Break a leg.